Hi, I'm Marcus John. I'm from Maryland, Salisbury, Maryland to be exact, and I play Benny. Kyle, be prepared. That's the biggest thing you can do for an audition. It's never about the right song or the right outfit. It's about being prepared to sing your best song and being prepared to look your best and be your best self. A lot of people go to auditions trying to do the thing. Just be prepared. Do your research and have fun. My training started very late. My process was very late compared to others. I didn't have any professional training until college. I went to the University of the Arts in Philly. I got a BFA in musical theater, so not my master's yet, thinking about going back. But I definitely didn't have, the dance classes as a kid. I just played sports. I did theater in high school, drama club, fun stuff, but I was never in a ballet class until I was 18 years old. So it's never too late. I know people that started even later than that. It's funny, we were at an opening night party a few days ago where they asked us how do we measure a year in anything other than love. And my first response was jump shots. Because as I said, I played a lot of sports growing up. Theater wasn't my thing, and now I constantly wish I could go back to those days. I love to compete. I love to be on a team. I measure a year in how much physical activity I can get in. I was very late to the party, like I said. So I think I was 18. I was a freshman in college, and I was the first time anyone introduced me to it. And I went to sleep after watching intermission. It was the DVD of the Broadway version. And after intermission, I fell asleep. So... awkward. Yeah, it came back later. It got much better later. I fell in love with it the second and third time around. It was definitely prominent then because of the AIDS epidemic going on. But even now, it's not AIDS, it's other things going on in our world. But at the core of the show, it's about love and it's about accepting the people next to you. And that's something we're still learning today, whether it's homosexuality or gender roles and binary, what your pronouns are. There's so much we have to learn even still about accepting the person next to you for who they are and nothing more, nothing less. And that's what this show is about. So yeah, absolutely. It's important for us just as much as it was 20 years ago. Definitely. Being in a show this iconic is fun because you get to be a part of something bigger than yourself, and I think that's very important. It's humbling. But it's hard. People come in expecting a certain thing from 20 years ago, and sometimes if you can just say the lines right, they'll do the rest of the work, they'll sing along. Other times they want you to do the thing that they expect, and you have to honor yourself as an actor and do your thing, but also honor the piece, honor Jonathan Larson's work. So that's where the pressure comes in. A lot of water. Most of the cast drinks a gallon a day, if not more. A little early, my water bottle, it's 9 a.m., so I'm thirsty. But definitely a lot of water, definitely warming up properly before the show. Everyone has a different process. Some people need to warm up 30 minutes before, some people can start a little later, and no excessive things that you would think would hurt yourself, whether it be drinking or yelling at a concert or, put your body first. This is your instrument, take care of it. Benny doesn't like the moves. That's the worst part. It's the whole theater at once giving the middle finger to me, but I'll do it. Moo.
I'm not moving.
Why? It's less of I'm not moving. Why are you moving? What sense does that make? No, it's cool. Hamilton right now, obviously, it's the hot ticket, but it's my favorite specifically because I grew up with a lot of hip hop, and I've never seen it properly portrayed in the mainstream, but at its essence, hip-hop is about storytelling, and that is why it belongs in the theater, and now finally people who don't know the genre are accepting it for what it is. So that's huge to me. It's finally the music that I walk by daily in front of millions of other people, and they get to accept it for what it really is and not what the stereotypes make it. But also, before that, the Scottsboro Boys, if you don't know it, look it up, Kander and Ebb. Might have been their last one before he passed away. But it's so important. It's a story of 9 boys, true story, of 9 boys in Scottsboro, Alabama, who get on a train, and before they get off that train, they're accused of sexually harassing a female who they did not. And it's just such a moving piece. It shows what racial bias can do. It shows what musical theater can do when you bring these stories to light. And it really hits home for me as a piece, just like this one, it's a story that needs to be told in a way that's not always comfortable, but it's beautiful to watch. Definitely, Seasons of Love is the song for everyone, and I'm sure everyone gives the same answer, but we get to strip down from our characters and just stand at the edge of the stage and show some love and give some love and receive it back from people who know the song and are waiting for this song all night long. But to not be cliche, I'm really having a good time watching Take Me or Leave Me. I think Jasmine and Lindy are doing phenomenal work. They have amazing voices, and what's cool is that it's a new argument every single night. It's never just like, oh, I'm gonna riff and we're gonna sing this song down, because they could, trust me. But it's wanting it to work and figuring out where the relationship lies. And there's just so much story between them in that moment that gets lost sometimes to the like, oh my God, they sing so great. But if you watch them as actors, it's so much fun. I watch it backstage every night almost. I think everyone's more than what you see on the outside in terms of this show and in terms of theater. Like, I was very late to the theater world. I'm not a theater nerd per se. I don't know a lot of musicals. I don't, walk around singing show tunes. I love sports. I love family. I love being around people and doing outdoor activities. I love you. Like, I love people. So meet me at the stage or give me a hug. Like, say what's up. Meet Marcus, not Benny, because that's a show. Like, that's fun. I know that's what we're here for, but I like to connect to people. If you know and love the show and you know and love theater, you know that it's the perfect representation of what a musical can do for people. It empowers you. It makes you feel things you might not get to feel in your regular life because we're here for you. But if you don't, I think it's a perfect introduction. It's a rock musical, so it's music that you might be more familiar with, more 90s, of course. But there's different genres. There's a little bit of R&B, a little bit of reggae, a little bit of 90s pop vibes. So it's a perfect introduction to not musical theater as you might see it other places, but something that you can digest and like for what it is. And then, also I was in a theater doing that, and like I might want to go do that again. Lexi, as a senior, in order to stay motivated, you have to know what you want. And I think if what you want is just the fame and the glory, then this might not be for you. But once you find out what you truly want as a person, then no one can take that away from you. You can get a lot of no's in the audition room. You have to. You'll get 50 no's for every 2 yeses. But if you know what you're going after, then you can continue to strive for that. And it's like, I didn't get that role, but like that role doesn't define me because I'm not here to be the star. I'm here to do something hopefully bigger than yourself, hopefully for someone else, or whatever it is to you. And that'll keep you going because you're going to get a lot of no's. It's part of the job. The job is auditioning more than it is performing.
Yeah.
That's fine. But just know that like a yes is coming. Everyone has a story to tell. You just have to find the people that want to hear that story. The young version of me, if I wasn't acting, I would say I'd be playing some sport. Literally any of them. I would love to be in the Olympics, like summer and winter, if I could. But the realist in me would be doing some sort of business work, something to pay the bills, still sports related, maybe like sports management or physical therapy, I don't know, something not nearly as fun. Come see Rent. We're here all month, which is rare for us, and we're happy to see you.